Hello there, this is Mr. V, and today we're going to go over setting up our retirement planner. So the first thing that you'll need to do is log into your Google account. I'm in my Gmail. And once you're in, go to the waffle on the right-hand side, the Google Apps. And then I want you to go down until you get to Sheets. All right, that should bring you to this screen. And once you're here, we're going to go over to Blank Spreadsheet right here. And select that. And once we are in, the first step that we want to do is we want to come up here to where it says Untitled, right there, and select that. It should turn blue for us. It doesn't, just highlight it. And then we're going to type in our name, Mr. V, and Retirement Planner, RETIREMENT, Planner, PLANNER. And then you can click anywhere inside the worksheet. I'm going to change the zoom on mine just so it makes it easier for you to see. The first thing that I want to point out to you is you can see that I'm in cell B4. So it's kind of like Battleship. If you've ever played Battleship, B is the columns. So if I selected B, that's up and down, right? Vertical. And then if I select the 3, then that is horizontal. That's the rows, right? So it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That goes to the right. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so forth. Down, those are the rows. So I'm going to be telling you to go to specific areas within the worksheet. You'll be able to follow along. You'll be able to see where I'm going. But if you listen also to what I'm telling you, then you'll see that. Notice I'm in B3. So this is B and this is 3. That's one way we can see it. But also up here, if you look right there, it says B3. Right? So let's go ahead and we're going to go to A5. All right, we're in A5, and in A5, I want to type in the number 1 and enter. After I've done that, I'm going to type in A6, number 2, and enter. Within Google Sheets, it has logic that's built into it. One of the things that it knows how to do is it knows how to number, and it will do the sequence from wherever you start it, and you'll see that in the next step when we do the next step, but it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if we do it the correct way. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back and hover over A5, and then I want you to do a left mouse click, and if you're on the school Chromebooks, it's the bottom left hand corner of your mouse pad, and you're going to click on that, hold it, and then I want you to scroll down with your right index finger, and then you're going to let go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to scroll over until we get a plus sign. And once we do, we're going to do the left mouse click, bottom left-hand corner of your mouse pad again, hold it down, and drag it. We're going to drag it to row 52. I went too far. There it is. There's 52. And then once I've done that, then I'm going to let it go. And then it automatically numbered everything. I'm going to scroll back up to the top. And in B5, I'm going to put 20. And then in B6, 21. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to hover over B5. I'm going to do the left mouse click, hold it, scroll down until I have B5 and B6 highlighted. Let go. Go to that dot that's in the bottom right-hand corner. Once I have the plus sign, then I'm going to click it. And I'm going to scroll it down. Just bring it down with my right finger. Whoops. To 52, and I'm going to let it go. All right. Now we have both columns. And you can see it doesn't matter if you start with 1 or not. I started with 20 in the second one, and it was able to number sequentially. Within Sheets, it also knows how the days of the week. It knows the months of the year. So you could do the same thing. You put Monday, Tuesday, and then you would get the bottom right-hand corner, drag it, and then it would fill in the rest of the week for you. You wouldn't have to type it. All right. Kind of some of the cool stuff that's already built in. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to A4. So we're going to click on A4, and I am going to type in YR for year, and then I'm going to do the right arrow key. Now I should be in B4, and I'm going to type in age, AGE. Then I'm going to do the right arrow key again, and then I'm going to type in C4, starting balance, STARTINE, balance, BALANCE. And then I'm going to do the right mouse click, or right arrow key, I'm sorry, and you're going to be in D4. And you are going to type in total. Right arrow key again. The next one is going to be principal, PRINCIPLE. And we're going to go to the next one, and we're going to type in interest, INTEREST. And we have that completed. So these are our titles. One thing I don't like is if you notice look at all this area over here, extra space. I don't like that. We also have it here, and over here it's like almost chopped off the E. So I'm going to auto size, and that's another thing that you can do within Google Sheets. It's automatic, and the way you do that is you come in between A and B. So it won't work down here in the body, but if you come up to the top, and you go in between the A and the B, and you get this looks like parallel lines. If you double click, it will auto size it. Do the same thing in B, between B and C, and let's do the same thing between C and D. All right, that looks better. I always like to color, and so what headings. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, with my left mouse key, I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to do a left mouse button or the bottom of your keypad, right? And then I'm going to drag it across until I have just this. I guess that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells. They should turn blue. I'm going to let it go. This time I'm going to come up above, and you see this little, it looks like it's called fill color, but it looks like a little bucket with a drop on it. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to choose yellow. You can choose whatever color you like. And I'll change the color. And then I want to come up to this thing that looks like a waffle. Again, it's borders. And I'm going to choose the one that's all borders. It's the waffle looking one. And now we have it yellowed, and we have outlined that. All right. Let's go to C1. So I'm in C1. And I am going to type in yearly deposit, YEARLY, deposit, DEPOSIT, and enter key. And now I'm going to type in interest rate, INTEREST, rate, RATE. All right. Okay. Go over to E1 and type in the word salary, SALARY. And I hit the right arrow key, and now I'm in F1. In F1, I want you to put 8,000. 8, 1, 2, 3. And when I do, it's okay, but what I want it to be is I want it to be dollars. So right above C on my screen, if you didn't change your zoom to 200%, it might be in a different spot, but you're going to look for the format currency. It's the dollar sign. So just click on that, and it automatically makes that into dollars. So it's $8,000.00. And it's going to be easier for us to read later on when we're inputting our information. Okay, it's time for our first formula. Now, ordinarily, when we write an equation, we would say something like 8 plus 4 equals 12. But in Google Sheets and all of your spreadsheet programs like Excel, Numbers, those are other ones, but we're using the Google product. Instead of putting it at the end of the statement, we put it at the beginning of the statement. And when we do the equal sign, it's telling Google Sheets that I'm going to do one of three things. The first thing that I could be doing is I could be putting a formula in like we're going to do, and I want you to do a calculation. The other thing that it could be asking it to do is it could be asking it to return a cell from another part of the worksheet. Okay, so there's these different functions, but the equal sign is what tells it that I'm about to do something. Okay, and so in this case, we're going to do a formula. We're going to start with the equal sign. So on your keyboard in the upper right-hand corner of your keyboard on your laptop, you should see a button that has a plus sign on the top and an equal sign below. We're going to hit that button and it should give us the equal. All right. In this case, we're going to assume for our class that we're going to put 15% of everything that we make into our retirement account. So we need to convert 15% into a decimal because that's what the worksheet is going to understand. Go back to your math class and you know that percent is a percent of 100. And so if it's 15%, you move the decimal place 2 places to the left. And so in this case, if it's 15%, it would be 0.15. Now what we're going to do is we are going to use the multiply function. It's not the X. What it is it's shift and 8, and it's the asterisk. So shift and 8 gives us that. So far we have equals, 0.15, asterisk, and then we don't want to be changing this every time. If we wanted to change our scenario, maybe we wanted to see how much we would be contributing if we made $40,000, for instance. So we don't want to type in $8,000 here. We want to just click on F1. So I'm just going to go over to F1, click on it, and notice that it puts F1 into our formula. Now it reads equals 0.15 asterisk F1. Once we have that, we're going to hit the enter key and it gives us $1,200. So that's how much we're going to put into our retirement account. That equates to $100 per month. Right? Now, last thing we're going to fill out up here is the interest rate. We want it to be 10%. So that would be 0.10. Now, I want it to look like a percent this time. So in this case, I'm going to come up and right next to the dollar sign is a percent sign. So I'm going to click on that. Boom, ready. Okay. So far, we have our salary of $8,000. We have a formula. And in our formula, it's equals 0.15 times F1. And then we have the 10%. All right, now it's time for us to start calculating our retirement planner. We're going to start with year one. So this is the year. This is year one. And so in year one, we're going to start off with a starting balance. And our starting balance is going to be the $1,200. So we're going to just say equal. And we are just going to click on D1. So it should say equal D1. Enter. We're going to go to total. Total represents everything that we're going to make on the money for this year. So it would be the interest that we're going to earn. So we're going to do that calculation. Now, our interest rate is 10%, but for us to return the total, we would add 1 to that. It would be 1.10. And so we're going to build that formula now. So let's go ahead and hit the equal sign. And we are going to tap on the 1200. So it should say C5. So tap on C5, and that's 1200. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a left parenthesis. So that's a shift in number 9. And we are going to type in the number 1. And we're going to go shift, and the equals plus key should give us a plus. And then I'm going to tap on D2. And what I need to do is I need to lock this so it doesn't move when I go to the cell below. So I'm going to put a $sign in front of the D and a $sign in front of the 2. And then I'll come to the end and put the end of the parenthesis. So what do I have? I have C5 equals C5 times parenthesis 1 plus $D $2 right hand side of the parenthesis. We're going to hit the enter key now. And it did not like it because I believe we need to put a multiplication in between. Yep. So I forgot the multiplication sign. So it should say equals C5 asterisk, so that's the shift number 8, left parentheses 1, plus $D $2, the end of the parenthesis, and then enter. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to see how much our principal is. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and we are going to say equals, and we are going to select A1, or A5, I'm sorry, which is year 1. And we are going to multiply, so that's shift and 8, that times D1. And we're going to put the asterisk, not the asterisk, but the $sign in front of it. So it's $D, $1. In the first year, it should be $1,200. And it is. So we're good. Now, the interest is an easy calculation. That's going to be equals D5 minus E5. And we don't need any $signs on this one. All right. Now, let's go and take a look at year 2. Now, in year 2, we're going to take the total from year 1 and we're going to add 1,200. So the logic would be equal, and we're just going to do D5. And we're going to go shift and the equal sign, plus sign to get the plus. And then what we're going to do is we are going to add that $1,200. But again, we're going to put the $sign in front of that. So $D, $1. And we're going to say enter. For total, now we get to use our quick commands. Within Google Sheets, there are quick commands, and the first one that we're going to learn is copy down, which is if you're using a PC, it's Control-D, and it'll automatically bring it down. If you're using a Mac, it is Command-D. Right? And there we go. All right. So we have done the first 2 years. At this point, all you have to do is copy the formulas down. You're good to go. Everything should be fine. what we're going to do at this point, and you can see it just brought down the formula from above and just changed from D5 to D6 and E6, right? So we have everything and it's working perfectly. Now what I want to do is I want to go back over, let's go to your Google Classroom. So I'm going to go back over to Google Classroom. And in the Google Classroom, I'm just going to pick a random class. I'm just going to pick second period, but you would pick the period that you are. And we are going to go to classwork. And I am going to come down to homework. And there's the retirement planner. I'm going to open this. View the instructions. All right. And it asks us, what is the total in your retirement account? Well, let's go take a look. This says total. This is what's the total in our retirement account after the year is done. So let's put a shift in number 3 and 1. That's number 1. The principal is shift in number 3 and number 2. That's number 2. And then the interest is shift number 3 and then the number 3. All right, so these are our 3 numbers. So for the first year, all I have to do is I have to highlight these 3, and I'm going to copy it. I can do a Control-C or Command-C if I'm on Mac, right? So, and then I'm going to go back to my retirement planner. Now, this is in the class comments. This is not where you're going to put it. The reason why I see this is because I'm the teacher. I can't get into the assignment. But where you're going to go see it is it be somewhere up in this region, somewhere in this region on your worksheet, and it will be private comment. And then what you'll do is you're going to paste it in private comment. I'm just going to paste it here in the class comment just to show you what it would do. And I'm going to paste it, and then see, you have all 3 answers there for you. And all you have to do is go to the front and say 1, 2, 3. And that's how we're going to do our retirement planner. Every day that you come into class, you will have a new retirement planner assignment. That will be your due now assignment, and you will enter in the current year that we're asking for. This was year 1, right? So it's right here. It says year 1. And then you're going to enter the information from your retirement planner. There's the year 1. And so these 3. Okay. Next week, year 2, you would do these 3. And so forth. So you have to make sure you find the year and then return this information and put it into the worksheet. Right? We'll be doing this every day, like I said, and at the end of our semester, we will complete. And the reason that this is 47 years or 67 years old and 48 years of contributing is this is when you are going to retire at 67. That's the full age of retirement. And we're going to see, will we be a millionaire if we do that? All right. I hope this helps. If you do need any help, I am available at recess and after school. You just need to make an appointment with me after school. But recesses, I am available if you're having difficulty with this. If you are not getting it correct, I will be sending you messages and telling you, oh, I'm sorry, you picked the wrong year, or it's not calculating correctly. Please come see me. You can come and see me at recess and we'll get you fixed up. All right. Hope this helps and have a great day.